Hi guys, I need to stay composed right now because I'm re-recording this disclaimer because I tried to put out this video 20 minutes ago and the video file didn't want to work for the actual tier list part of it, and I was in a call with a lot of people at the time and I got very embarrassed and I left, and it's made me question putting this out now, but I have to do it because I told everyone that I would and people want to see it now. I'm sorry for the wait. I'm sorry that I made an absolute fool of myself before. I might not watch along with everyone now because I'm still very embarrassed, but I'll try and get this out to you guys as soon as I can. I've already talked about the audio issues and stuff like that when I released this video before. The disclaimer was the part that you guys saw before. Thank you for being so understanding, and I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, so this is the official, accurate, non-biased, definitive ranking of the best Among Us players on the server. If you don't like it, suck your mum, I don't care. Burning, who's played with him most? Because I haven't played with him much recently, but like, I kind of want to say that like the list should be more based towards imposter games, since those are like, well, more difficult and also requires more sort of strategizing and that sort of thing, and is a better overall representation of how good you are, I think.
I think you could put like who gets the imposters out as well.
Yeah, obviously.
Because using that, Sarah, no offense, Sarah, is an awful imposter, but a half decent crewmate.
Throwing shade immediately, that's what we like. We're not gonna have any friends on the server by the time we're done, right?
Sarah's clicked off.
Oh no. It wasn't me. That's why I invited you two along. Like not for the extra viewpoint, but just so I can deflect blame.
Turn attention away.
Well, unfortunately, Bernie only got 2 imposter games yesterday, and I feel like I'm going to be biased because he killed me first both times.
I've played with Burning before on his, I don't know if it's his server, but it's the one with Bulls and
Yeah.
his other pals that are on it. And personally, since like that time, like this was before we had Little Impostors as well.
Oh really?
He played totally different like than he does now. I mean, I don't know if you could really say if he's playing different.
For better or worse?
I couldn't comment.
Well, no, it's just like when I played with him then, when he was imposter, he would be very loud and be like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like,
Oh yeah, you don't do that
he
now.
has no idea what's going on. But yesterday, when I played with him, he was very quiet. I think it's mainly because everyone wasn't really in the zone yesterday. Everyone was quiet.
Yeah, it was an off day for most people, I think. I think it's like safe to say. I don't know where to place him though, because
If
it's me, it's C or D. Because from what I did
C or D. Ooh. Like, the thing is, Lux has played with him more than I think it's safe to say both of us have.
Yeah.
Like, I think yesterday was my first time playing with him,
I think so.
but
I think it was for me.
he certainly didn't seem bad to me. I like C. I feel like would be sort of the I haven't played enough to really come up with a like ranking for yet, or I haven't played in a long time, so I've forgotten.
Yeah. C and
Seems fair to me. But
E, F, and U are for them really dire people.
we'll just move us two into that box.
that's where you two are putting people. I can't have that against me because this isn't going on your channels.
What is U tier?
U tier is just can't be asked to show up.
Oh, I can't be asked to show up. Right, I've got someone for the F tier. Just put it out there. I'll set it.
Yeah, I know who you're saying.
We're not there. We're not.
Are we saying it now? I think we both know who you're saying, but
We've We've
I mean,
got,
I
we've got a few.
Oh no.
I'd say burning is good imposter wise. Like, I mean, his only imposter games were with me yesterday, and he didn't get sussed. I
Ever,
I
no.
kind of did curve the sus as well by taking his kills. Like,
Aside from me.
But no, he doesn't suss. He doesn't kill in front of people. He is careful with it. Crew wise, he did clear the imposter twice after I sussed them. Like, it's like I wanted to suss someone, and he's like, "Oh no, it could be them unless they like hard pasted it right up here," which they did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, he cleared twice, and if I'm basing off end games, I'd want to say C because I trust that he is good. I do trust that Vernon is good. But,
Yeah. I can sort of see
but
that.
because I can't really guarantee it, I would say C.
Fair enough. Right, so I think this is probably going to be the easiest placement with clear.
He's A or S.
I'd put clear in S. Like, I mean, like I've picked up on some of his stuff more recently, and I know LilLuxio threw out on the server a couple of days ago that like he camps vitals, he can't be S tier anymore. But
No, I just straight said
it's a meme.
he's good at getting banned from the list.
Let's see our first U tier then.
Stick him in U.
Yeah,
Now, to be
but
fair,
no.
I've not played a massive amount of games with Clear because he does tend to come on quite a bit later.
Yeah, he plays at a
It's
weird
usually when
time.
they come off. Yeah, it's usually when they come off. He takes my place a lot of the time.
That's true. Yeah.
But he's very decent.
He was the person that I backed to win on that straw poll that I put out. Well, both of them. Like for me, I was tied between two people in my head. I'll say who the other one was later, like when we get to it. But I feel like I've clocked on to what he does a bit more now. But like how yesterday we played that one game where he got a kill in O2 on, I think it was Sarah, like when I was basically right there, and Pelks reported the body, and I was convinced it was Pelks. But then afterwards I was like, maybe that was clear, that's the sort of thing he'd do. Like I've caught that sort of thing now, but
I think the more you play with someone, the worse they get to you.
yeah.
If that makes sense. Like Lux, no offense to Lux, Lux is getting worse for me. So much, and I'm starting. You can start to read him too well. Like if there's a big kill, even if it's a bit ballsy, you think, it could be Lux, it could be fake.
He's one of the two people in this server that I can't reliably read though. I can read most people. Lux, like 9 times out of 10, I just can't. But we'll get to that.
Lux is playing. Yeah, we'll get to that though. We will get to that.
So clear is A or S tier. I can leave this up to you two. I'd personally put him in S, but
I'm A or S. I'm A or S.
I'd say he's a better crewmate than he is imposter. I haven't played too many.
he's a
imposter
very
games
good crewmate.
as him, imposter. But I mean, there's no reason for it. It's just luck, really. That he doesn't get imposter too often. But whenever we have played imposter together, I tend to find myself getting the majority of the kills. Like we've had a significant amount of games together where he hasn't had a kill.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's just not like he doesn't really go for ballsy kills too often. From what I've seen, but crewmate wise, he normally always has the information. He tends to be quiet though, so he doesn't always get the information out. If anyone's talking over him, he instantly goes to "I'm not speaking."
You stop. Yeah. I think we'll bring that up for me as well, to be honest. That's a very me thing to do. Then again, he's a better crewmate than I am, because he just always seems to have everything when he's crewmate, like, figured out immediately. And I've always just got the impression that he's just playing about before we actually get things sorted out. Like, and he has done that before. He has followed around imposters before, like when he's seen them kill. And while that can be annoying, like, it's just because he knows that he is good enough to get away with it anyway, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I do think he's a really good crewmate, but I've personally not seen as much as him as an imposter.
Yeah.
But if it's coming from a crewmate standpoint, he would definitely be up there, 100%.
So we're putting him in A
Yeah,
then.
going for like a competitive standpoint, the whole camping like vitals or admin, it doesn't matter.
No.
Like, it works.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
it does.
So,
Unless someone's quite up to it and kills you straight away.
where do you two reckon he is then? Because it is a conversation of the first two tiers. But if we're saying that there's a disparity between his crewmate and imposter games,
I think it's more a case of putting him in A, then comparing who else is in A at the end.
yeah,
and
that's true.
on who's there, then you can move up and
That
down.
might be why I had him in S to begin with, just because, if I'm being brutally honest, people on this server, I feel like there's a bit of a gap between the people who are right at the top and the people below them. So like that might be why I had him at S to begin with. It might just be the case that very few people, if anyone, are actually that good. But we'll see.
I mean, he is an easy S tier, but obviously S tier and like U tier as well. That's like lowest
Those are
low
the
perfect
such
level.
extremes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Eddie
Eddie.
is a weird one. He is, but he's very variable, I find.
Maybe it's a mood.
Possibly.
Mood.
Do you feel like he gets tilted a lot?
He can, and when he gets tilted, that's when the imposters jump on him. When it's not actually him.
Yeah, he's exploitable at that. Although
Yeah,
I found
he gets jumped on a
lately
lot.
that he likes to stay in groups a lot. Like, recently,
Yeah.
like yesterday, who was it? It was,
Yuki.
yeah, it was him and Yuki a lot. Like him, Mo, Yuki, Pelks, like those four, they all like to group up with each other a lot. Platinum sometimes as well. They all like to stay in a group and go around together, especially on Polus.
That frustrates me.
It's really annoying.
It's not that annoying.
But he doesn't die very often. Is the only thing when he's crewmate.
It gets voted out. That's why.
He gets voted out a lot just because I feel like he
think
gets
it's more
imposter a
putting
lot.
Stories together, like when he's putting stories together, it's kind of like it doesn't always come across as like a crewmate like view of it. I don't know if it's just the way like he speaks or the way he puts it together. But I voted him out wrong yesterday as well, because of what he had said. And he left it to the end, like 2 seconds. He was like, "Oh, I went across here." I was like, "Oh, no, you didn't." But that might be more in my
Mistakes
case
and
than
runs.
him. But
It can be easily rattled, though. I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Do
Massively rattled.
we put him in C because of that then? Just because it's sort of like
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Once again,
it's tough.
once these are in, we can change
Yeah.
it if we feel.
'Cause,
we've
like,
seen who's in one
I think my argument here is do we put him below Burning because we like haven't played with him much, certainly not recently, but we have played with Eddie a lot.
You drop
Drop Burning.
down one.
Lux?
That
Oh
would
yeah,
be-
I can put Eddie on both sides because he either gets like caught out like really early on as like an imposter view of it. He gets like either caught out early or you don't have any idea until the game's over.
Yeah.
Like I've seen both sides of that, and it must be like a mood thing as well. Like everyone's got the same thing.
Yeah,
I do get the mood thing.
I get the mood thing. I don't think it's a secret that I'm one of the sort of. Yeah, well, we'll get to that on the next one. I'm not excited.
One that gets rattled.
But yeah, where we put.
I'll let RJ like start off with you.
Oh fuck!
Oh.
Oh no, I'm getting a bollocking. Right, so where are we putting Eddie then?
We're saving ourselves for
Nah,
last.
Oh,
I
we're
said
doing that?
C for
Okay.
the current time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with C.
Do we
I think
move
we'll
Burning
have
down or
C.
do we keep him then?
Again, it's the same thing with we haven't played with him too often.
Yeah.
To really say.
Right, so are we skipping over us three until the end, or do we just do me
No,
now?
Absolutely.
Wait, what?
It's up to you.
Now we'll skip over.
We'll skip. Okay. So another fairly new one, Illy. I think he was part of that big group with like Tom and Lanks and them who all got invited together after like a good lobby on Global.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you were there at the time, Lux?
No, I wasn't actually. I was playing in their lobby before, but I don't recognize Ellie. Because I left fairly early when
Yeah.
they were playing in Global.
I'd say off the bat, I feel like
C for me.
a C.
Yeah.
How much have you played with him, RJ?
Uh,
'Cause I feel like we were both in there for his first lobby on this server.
I think we was.
And I was gonna
from
hesitantly put him in D tier.
Okay.
Maybe it's just the whole Fade Simp in his name thing kind of rubs me up the wrong way a bit. But as much as I respect him owning up to it, but like there were times where like he'd kill right in front of me, and then I'd call him out on it, and his only response would be, "No, I didn't do it." And it was like, I think I've done that. I think that's happened twice, and both times it's gone my way. Just because, like, I've had like the information about it, and he just goes, "No, it wasn't me," and that's.
There were so many times that he said it was me, and I just wasn't, and he fixated on it. For
Is
ages.
that due to him being like not great, or was that like him being imposter or something like that?
No, he wasn't imposter. He was a crewmate.
Right.
There was one that he actually did get me voted out on as well.
I think I was there for that. Yeah.
I just never was.
He doesn't talk much as crewmate, I found, and
It's when he's imposter.
I know
just talks.
he starts talking a lot when he's imposter, and it's honest.
Easy to read.
It's easy to read. I find that it's sort of a lot of. I don't just want to say it's like hot air, but like.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from.
And I feel harsh for it because I don't really want to put anyone below like C tier. So where do we put Illy? Are we saying C tier? Because I was going to put him in D, but
I don't think I can have an opinion here. I don't like. I've played games with Ellie, but I don't have anything significant. Like, I don't remember them making any big callouts, or like I think they were dead half the time that I played.
I guess
So I've
yeah.
got nothing.
It's a C. It is a C or a D. But once again, it depends on at the end if we have a little a shuffle up.
If Burning's in C, I feel like in C, I feel like we should put Illy in C as well. For right now.
I think they might be ones that can go
Down.
both into D at some point. Yeah.
So this one, I think, will be the first one we can really talk about Leo.
This is going to be the first person who's going to click off the video.
I think part of me feels like I should go last here because I feel like Leo knows the sort of things that I might say in this situation, and I don't want to be too harsh on her, as I know I have been in the past. But I'd like to hear your guys' opinion first.
So I'm going to counteract that and go, seeing as you think you should go last, you should go first. Because I'm interested in this.
Oh no, right. In all fairness to Leo, whenever we get imposter together, it tends to go, well, it goes two ways. It goes pretty well, and it happens smoothly, and we both stay alive at the end, and we win. Or she gets voted out early for like a dumb kill out in the open, and I'm just sort of left to do everything on my own. And recently, I don't know if this is just because of me getting better or work that Leo does in like taking sus away from us, or like I don't know what it is. I've found myself winning in those situations more, so I feel like we actually have a really good win record. But when I'm down in like, see, this is why I don't know where to put her. When we're in like the final, say 5 as crewmate, no matter how many imposters there are, if I'm alive and Leo's alive and Leo's a crewmate, honestly, out of everyone on the server, there's very few people I would less prefer to be stuck with in that situation, because she gets her calls wrong a lot. And
the word I'm going to say is flustered.
Yes. It's very accurate.
When she gets flustered,
'Cause
there's just no information.
She has these moments where she calls someone out for what they did and it's completely right, and like if everyone was just to go all in on it, we'd win. But she never follows through with it. Like whoever she's calling out, usually it's Lux on the other end. Which
the amount of times she's called out Lux and then not followed through with it.
It's because she has been wrong with them as well.
She has been wrong as well, but I feel like the most number of times when she's right, it is you killing someone, and
it's
she just
normally
lets
me
it
that's
go.
calling it.
And maybe this
But
is more to do with.
It's more
No, go
how
on.
she's like. So yeah, it's more how she's like to convince everyone else, rather than her believing it and telling everyone else that she believes it. She has to make everyone else believe it
Yeah.
too, rather than just screaming, "It's Lux! It's Lux! It's
'Cause
Lux! It's Lux!"
The thing is, when she does that, we know it's not actually her. Like, we basically clear her because of it.
That's her.
But it's just, are you sure you're calling out the right person, Leah? It feels like babysitting at times, which it feels harsh to say, but I need to get it out there because I need to be honest. Otherwise, people are going to hate me forever. So,
I think
on a brighter note, I want to say about Leo that me and Leo have never lost an imposter game to the
yeah, I've said, yeah.
She's really good at balancing like the sus on me as well as other crewmates whenever we play together. Like that completely like kind of mixes the sus between us as well. So it's like, oh, I can't be both of them together obviously because they're sussing each other. She does that in a really good way, as she would as a crewmate as well. As crew as well, there's like been multiple times where she has brought it together and she has called out the imposters like really well, because she's positioned herself in certain places, say Mira at the Y and whatever, and she would give the right information. But because, like RJ said, flustered, she kind of loses the story and can't convince everyone else. Like she can figure out the imposters well, like that is good, and she can win the imposter games well when she's focused.
Yeah.
But then she can get flustered and lose
And then
it.
she like gets a notification about someone wanting to do an arc trade, and she's completely out there again. The number of
Playing 2
times
games
we've been cast like imposter games because of her like being AFK to sort some arc trade out is maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but like I'm intrigued to see where you guys would put her.
It's this category is looking very cozy. For me, it's a C. Yeah.
I'm thinking so too. Yeah, an easy C tier.
Yeah.
Like obviously she has her good games, she has her bad. So does everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm trying to avoid like using the whole meta games like tag as like if you're to place this person into a competitive game with people that they've never played before, do they win? You know.
That's true.
And,
yeah.
Like I don't want to be like it's like, oh right, okay, if no one has any information and the only way to get them is by like, oh well, they like their ballsy kills, it'll be them.
Yeah.
Well, while Leo isn't a ballsy kill player,
Leo can pick up on that. If she's playing with people that she knows, she can pick up on that, which is good. But I don't think she'd be able to pick up on like
new people.
On new people. Yeah, exactly. And
I feel like playing against you lot, it is always everyone tries the meta plays because
exactly.
everyone knows each other.
Whether you try to or not, it's a subconscious thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't know if this is me trying to be nice or if this is like genuinely how I feel. The lowest I put anyone on my like notepad document was C, and I put Leo in there as well, so I'm perfectly fine putting her in C now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me look like a dick, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, I think C's good because Leo's had a lot of good like DE games.
Yeah.
Like she's had a fair few, but whenever like I get in sync with Leon, like or we've cleared each other, you know, as crew, or we're both imposters, I think we can break it down fairly well and get the win together. You know.
Yeah. This is something that...
So like she's had her fair share of A and B like tier games as well.
Well, I was gonna say like on that is I could bring that into now. Her imposter games with Luce usually go incredibly well. And I don't know what it is. Yeah. I don't know whether it's like the same sort of case as when Leo's with you, Lux, where sort of one person does all the talking and like sort of analysis and the other person stays quiet and out of the way. But I don't know if that's sort of the same thing with like Leo and Luce, because I feel like, cause I've always got that vibe off of you two, that's sort of why it works so well when you two are imposter. I've sort of got the same thing out of Luce as well, because she does say a lot in meetings. And I'm going to say right now, I think if Clear's in A, then Luce has to be in A as well.
I would go in A or B for Luce, definitely.
Because I don't think she could be B. Not with the people that we have in C, I don't think I could put her in B. because she is my kryptonite in Among Us. I can never figure it out. Like, I mean, I can suss it.
Lately
What?
have been unreal.
I know she's been on fire lately, and it's really scary. I never get imposter with Luz, which is a shame because I think the only times we ever do, either it goes really well, or we make some really stupid decision that cracks us both up and we get figured out for it.
Great crewmate.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say she's a way better crewmate than Imposter. Obviously, you guys are saying that she's had really good Imposter games lately.
Yeah.
But
She's had a lot of Imposter games lately, that's probably why.
Yeah.
in a competitive standpoint, I think she's really good. Like when I started playing like with her, initially she would become like full detective and find out the majority of information.
Yeah.
Whether if it's just information to help someone else figure it out as well, or genuinely just giving the imposter away straight away, or breaking it down from who it's not and who it isn't. Like the whole what was it, like two people accusing each other and finding the missing link, like who would the second one be? She's great at finding the other one out of someone else killing. She does that really well. But I would say imposter wise, when it comes down to outside of a competitive standpoint and breaking it down, she is 100% trying metagame.
Yes.
Like as of lately, anytime the lights go off,
especially recently.
Early, it's like she'll be like, it's me, which makes it so easy to make her think it's not me by just playing like a regular like imposter.
Like lights go off at all first round, it's Lux, Fade or Clear. It's her immediate mindset.
That's what, like, I think a few other people are like tending to do that as well.
Yeah. It's just like the
because
popular
Luz does
thing
that,
to
it's easy to like fool her outside of that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And the sides with imposter, I can like, this might be just me metagaming now, but like obviously she becomes a lot less of a detective when she's imposter. Obviously she's trying to think about where like who to kill and when to kill and what not, but it's quite clear that, like the difference between being imposter and not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think there's like a big mid ground between there.
To make it easier to tell sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like with the ranking here, this is more up to how you two feel about it, because I have a terrible record against Luz. I feel like that'd make me a bit biased. So I want to hear where you two would put her, like, more than...
I've already stuck her in A.
Yeah?
I want to say if she's in A, it would make Clear an S, because I do think Clear
That's
is
what I was thinking.
like, above in that regard.
Yeah.
So he is more rounded,
if she was going
I'd say.
A, I believe Clear would be an S.
Yeah, but like...
I think you could put Luce in B if the other four drop.
I mean, like we could drop them and then obviously base everyone else around that to make use out of the lower tiers.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're worse than they were before.
No.
It just means with like
We're spacing things out.
spread it out more. Yeah.
So who would we drop in that case then, if we're doing it now?
I mean,
Burning and Illy.
Illy.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just because we don't have, well, I personally don't have much with either of them.
Yeah.
Neither.
I was just thinking that.
I can't imagine myself putting anyone in E or F. So next one's Lucifer, and this is an awkward one because he hasn't been on the server playing Among Us for a while.
There's your first you.
Well, have you like never played with him?
Never. No,
Oh, you said before we started recording that you never played with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't regard any games with Lucifer, not gonna lie. Super Juan, right?
Yeah, that was him. Like,
nah.
He's the one that whenever I play Among Us with Leo, she always says, I want to have an imposter game with you and Lucifer as the imposters. And it's like, my memories of Lucifer and Among Us, we just sort of fuck about a bit. And because of that, I can't really put him that high. I mean, I don't think he really watches my videos, so I'm not necessarily afraid of calling him out for this sort of thing. But I was going to say that because when he did play properly, I seem to remember he was all right. But like, he just like preferred messing about and like actually taking the game completely seriously. So I put him in D at the same tier as Burning and Illy just because we haven't played with him as much. No. So we're skipping over Lux for now then. And we're going straight to Mia. RJ. You got something to say, RJ?
I do.
Go ahead.
There should be 2 Mias on this board, yeah?
Okay. Oh, yeah, you said this.
The Mia that plays with Mo is an F.
I think that goes for the time she's played with Fade as well, man, if you're going for the whole...
No, that was back in the day, though.
Yeah.
Back in the day of last year.
Just shut up.
Together, once again, quite fittingly sit in F together. When they're playing individually, Mia comes up maybe 1 or 2. Perfect. Some people might be wrong. And plus, I think she's disconnected out more games than stayed in them.
That's true. I think she's got a very high disconnect.
Honestly, I just sort of get the feeling that because like she is new to PC gaming, I think it's like part of me would feel harsh putting it like really low just because of that. But at the same time, you can't really give credit where it isn't due.
That is my one. Mia knows she's frustrated me many a time.
Yes.
Mia and Mo together.
If
it's them together, they're honestly an E and F.
If,
well, put it in a genuine game rather than them fucking about.
Like
the thing is, they're together most times.
That's true. If Mo isn't in the call, then honestly, I feel like she's not terrible. Like, here's the thing. In my head...
They won't tell on each other.
No. Like, in my head, whenever Mia's playing without Mo, when she's, like, cast herself away from everyone else, I feel like she's actually alright in meetings. Like, she's not a good imposter. I'll say that.
No.
But she's actually not terrible at sussing people out, I found. I do really want to hear like RJ's sort of concrete rank, but I sort of want to say D. But I feel harsh.
I mean, yeah, she does have the same thing with Leo getting flustered and not getting stories together, so it's easy to like put blame on them, or like even forge a story and blame them.
And she does shout a lot.
I've done it multiple times.
But she has the opposite problem to Leo at times as well. Like she shouts.
Yeah.
Shouting over people, that's an instant like demotion and tear.
I had one game where I was the imposter, where I managed to get Leo and Mia fighting each other.
That's the dream scenario.
It was absolutely fucking brilliant. I was streaming at the time as well.
I need to watch that stream. That sounds incredible.
I'm pretty sure it was them two, and I think Luce was involved as well. Just managed to get all 3 of them.
That is perfect.
And easily won the game. And I think the last comment, as it come like defeat, like RJ was the person. You just hear Luce go, "I'm so confused."
that takes something.
I do want to say, like, when Mia is like playing imposter, which isn't often, like when she's actually playing not AFK, not disconnected or anything, she has like started killing, like having genuine kills without a simp, like, you know, without venting on someone. There has been times, I think it's just twice, but those 2 times I had no idea it was me because of the amount of time she disconnects, simps for someone, or is just screaming over the top of anyone to show that
it's hard to say whether it's...
And she's just won it because I've voted off everyone else.
It's hard to say whether she's simping for them or they're simping for her. I mean in the case of me, it was the other way around.
Hunt people
but
down to vent in front of them.
Yeah. She did do that to me a lot, and it's like, oh fuck, because I did want to play seriously back then, but it's like, oh, I guess I can't do that now.
I think I'm being a bit nicer than the E and F that I put on, and on mine I've actually stuck them in D.
That
but a bit nicer.
That sounds alright to me actually, because
I'd say E. I've like, even though I haven't played with it much, I haven't seen Burning lose. And I don't want to base that, like, I don't want to just say he's just won because everyone, like, didn't, but, like, play detective whatsoever, everyone wasn't feeling it. Burning is good. I believe Burning is better than Mia. I can't say for Ellie and Lucifer. I do want to say Burning's better than Mia, though.
No hesitation from RJ to move her down one there. But you know what? Mia,
I don't know
I
how
know
you
you're
do
gonna
it.
watch Mia. This isn't all me, all right? Don't get mad at me.
Basically,
I mean, it's not. I'm not saying she's the lowest. I'm just
No.
saying.
Oh, God.
Mia is better.
Right.
Where is Mo on the same level then as an E or a D?
I wouldn't. That's the thing. Mo on his own has moments where he can. Mo when he's on his game is actually like, I'd say like high B tier,
Yeah.
genuinely. But like,
I'd say Mo's A. Like
I was gonna say he's
like,
borderline
genuinely,
A
I'd say
tier.
it's A.
Like I'd say all things considered, he's probably a B tier. He has moments where it's like you're that close, but you just done this thing wrong, and then it's really frustrating to watch him. But aside from that, like the games that I've played as imposter with him have been some of my favorite ones. Cause
I mean, like personally, I mean, you guys are saying he's like A, B, maybe lower, but like I'd say Mo's like subpar with Clear. Not like I've played a lot of games with both. Mo's really good. Like he takes the piss a lot, but
He
so
does.
Clear.
know what,
Like
yes.
when Mo's actually playing, I'd say he's like in line with Clear. Like genuinely.
I think it could be tunnel vision from me that I've just been so pissed off.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think
your
your perception of his partnership with Mia has like brought you way
Right.
down in his rank, in your rankings. I had him at. I'm trying to think where I had him at. I either had him at very high B or low A, but I'd honestly be fine sticking him in A tier.
Because when it comes to me and Mo, when they're playing together, whatever they say, I just take with a pinch of salt. And it's just like I'm still sussing it regardless.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think that's clouded in my judgment.
Mhm. He's one of the few people I find that I can reliably get double kills with as imposter. He normally has to take the first step, because as much as I tell myself that I know when's a good time for a double kill, I often go second. But he's sort of one that I feel like I can easily connect with, and I can't remember a time where we've lost together actually. So maybe he is an A tier.
I don't think I've got too many with Mo. Imposters. One, two maybe.
Yeah, I don't feel like he gets it that often, honestly, which is why maybe it's why he dicks about so much. But
If it goes on that logic, I'll be a U because I get it once every 600 years.
dude, I'll be down there with you.
I'd say Mo's definitely like A tier minimum because of like he does put the stories together well.
Yeah.
Like he does like break down everyone else's gameplay, and he's often right about their pathing and such.
Like Mo,
Like once Mo's got there's been times where me and Mo have like proven to each other that like we're crew, and we just completely break down the lobby, and he brings so much information to the table as
yeah, like
well.
I've seen times where like in my Twitch chat or in Discord DMs, he's been like, "Oh, I'm not that good," and like he talks himself down a lot, and it's like, no, when he's like on his best form,
no
he's
one likes anyone
maybe
who
the
tries.
best in the lobby. But like it again, it just depends on what mood that you get him in, and it's why I don't think he can go in S tier, because he does vary with how he's feeling at the time, but he's consistently up there when he's not with
That's
Mia.
what makes me put it on B, 'cause I think if I was having an imposter, or if I was an imposter, who would I want more with me, Loose or Mo? And I'd say Loose, same as a crewmate.
It's why I put him like
I'm against you. I'd say Mo over Luce.
my record. I'd say I prefer having Mo with me, but altogether with how they play and how much they win, especially as imposter, I'd put Mo below Loose in A tier, but I'd still put him in there anyway. Like I'd say he's a low A. So Pelx is the next one, and when I first played with him, I thought, wow, he's actually pretty good. The more this might be what RJ was bringing up earlier on about how the longer you play with them, the less good they are to you. But like, I do feel like he might have, and it might be that, but I do feel like he's not quite as good now. Maybe it's like he was sort of looking to make an impression. I don't know, but like,
Big bollocks kills and
I know he goes for a lot of weird shit, and he finds himself in the middle of sus loads and doesn't really know how to fight out of it.
Yeah, I'm in between with Pelix. I'm like he does win games. He is pretty consistent there, but like he does do like things fairly often. Like whenever he hears someone at admin table, he will try and pull for like a vouch as imposter.
Yes.
Like as soon as he hears someone on admin, he is the first to try and get a vouch for him being somewhere else.
Always.
Like it's like, oh, you must have seen me there, right? Like he tries to put words in their mouth.
That's true.
Sort of
Yeah.
thing. He does camp lights whenever they are off. Like he won't fix them as imposter. He will camp and like wait for someone to come there, which I don't like. I think that's a bad play personally.
I do that
It's easy for
occasionally,
other people to
but
find each other
yeah.
and check admin and things. But like we had an imposter game yesterday. We did win it, but like at the start of the round, I just won because I think I was sus for something. I was just gonna go on a killing spree to try and make it easy for him to win.
Yeah.
So I just sat in the middle open, so I wouldn't be like on admin table or anything.
Yeah, I was one of the people
but
you got.
he sat at lights as well, and got a kill there. And that's when like Leo called me out because she seen me. The only way I stopped myself was to put the blame on Pelx.
Yeah, like a lot of what he does is
that was last time, wasn't it?
like
Yeah.
either he like stuff that he does gets his imposter mate into sus a lot, and I find that like again last night when he reported Sarah's body, and I thought it was a self-report because of how early in the round it was and how recently I'd left Sarah. Like he gets himself into situations like that a lot, and maybe that's just sort of my nature and like how I often attack people for that, but he doesn't have the best of times getting out of that sort of thing. Like where do you...
See, I do want to say he's an easy C plus because he is quick to react as well yesterday. Or like when I have been imposter with him, but it came down to seven or whatever. Like I've hidden a kill and I've assumed he already got a kill, but I killed someone in front of someone else, and he like managed to turn get the other kill like really quickly, seeing me get that kill as well. So he's quick to react as well, which makes me feel like he's definitely C or above.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't tell whether he's like a high C or like a sort of mid to low B. Like that's sort of the area for him, but
I was looking around B.
yeah.
Yeah.
Comparing to like Eddie and Leo, I'd say
I'd say he's better than, like if Leo's in C, I'd say he's like a step above that for sure, and maybe that's again me being biased, but I think B is like a good placement for him. I'd say he's not as high as maybe some other people that we might end up putting in B later on, but yeah, I think that's alright for him. So Platinum's the next one.
I mean,
Universal
triggered easily.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the first to vote. He's throwing so many votes.
Always the first to vote.
Like, he's
hell.
always the first. Like it doesn't matter what anyone else is voting. He's voting what he wants. Like it doesn't matter if he thinks he's wrong. Or
It's impossible to tell if he's right because he never says who he votes for. Like even after it's ended.
He does occasionally say, but like by the time he has said it, he has voted already.
There's no time
He's
to actually
probably the most
change it.
universally aggressive player on the server. Like he goes for the he goes for the ballsiest kills as imposter.
Yeah.
And he goes straight for the vote on someone as crewmate. Like he had a kill like a week back. I want to say
On asteroids.
no, it was in dropship, and you, Luce, and Illy, I want to say, were all there. And
oh yeah, and he didn't get sussed at all.
RJ got sussed for it.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And
Luce put the sus on me.
Luce put sus on you. You put sus on
Ellie. I think it
Luce.
was Ellie said it was.
Oh, Illy died.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Illy that got killed, and you two.
Like, it's him.
Yeah.
Like 100% RJ. I remember that. Yeah.
And it was Platinum the whole time, and it's like that's a good fucking kill. I don't know if they won the game. I know he got thrown out later, but
yeah,
like
he got caught for something stupid.
that was like I think at that point I remember seeing in dead chat he was just like, you know what, I got that, he got thrown out because Luce found him venting after he killed me. And it was just sort of the case of if he had run up instead of venting, he'd have got away with it, and that would have been probably the cleanest imposter game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So he has his moments where he's really fucking good, but he throws a lot. And how do we take that into account?
He does try to meta game a lot, which he is quite good for. Like he's pretty much figured out my like what I'd originally do on skilled.
Yeah.
Like, as imposter, like I quite like just going faking sample, then calling lights and getting an early kill. Like I've done that a couple of times. He's the first one. Like he sees me going med bay, he's like, nah, I'm pressing the button, and voting him out. Like doesn't matter when, but if he sees me going to med bay early on, he's like, nah, he's not playing this game.
Weird.
Which is fair because like he was right, but he has also done it whenever I've just decided to go there as crewmate as well.
Would Platinum be another B?
Right next to Pelts.
Yeah. Who would we say is better?
Really? I wouldn't say. I was actually thinking EF for Platinum.
Really?
What?
I mean, he did get a clean kill. You're right, but like because he's always first to vote, he's
as crewmate, he is a hindrance.
He votes straight away, regardless.
I don't think you could bring him down that low for that, because that's just him messing about. I'd put him I could accept a C lowest D tier, but C would work for me.
Like obviously you've seen that one clean kill, but like it is clean. But I also said like it's most likely not going to be someone who's been seen in the lights. But because Ellie was so set on RJ, that kind of set everyone else to want to do that as well.
I've just thought about more stuff.
Was it his elimination really, or was it Illy's?
Yeah, like if it's Ellie that's consistent, that was RJ. Even just taking a second to think about, like, no one after seeing someone there, you don't kill on top of them after them seeing you. Like it's always someone else in a lights kill. Like,
do you know why as well? Because I then got Illy out.
Yeah.
From that, because no one believed Illy for the kill, and then I just said it's got to be Illy because it's definitely not me. Like,
Lux, you were talking about like him talking, like figuring out your sort of habits on Skeld. He is the one person that I know for a fact when he's imposter on Skeld because of the stuff that he does and says. Like he and Mia are the only two people that I know, and sometimes Leo, who use the excuse of I was doing something else. The moment that he says I was AFK in cafeteria, I didn't do anything, I vote him out straight away. And he is known as like someone who goes for often really stupid kills. Like that's often a giveaway sign that he's one of them. Sometimes like while the lights are on, like when no sabotage is happening or anything. So like
he done one behind me on asteroids and said he was AFK, and I was just like, it's 100%. And he told me he gave it away because like he was the only one who could have possibly done that.
Yeah, it's
him or Sarah. And then he I'm pretty sure Sarah was his imposter, and he got her into it because she was in air quotes AFK in CAF as well, and they just vouched for each other. I'm pretty sure it was both of them.
My thought process is either C or D now then, just because of stuff like that. If Lux wants to put him really low, then I could say like top of D tier. Potentially bottom of C.
Personally, I don't think he's better than Leo, Eddie, or Burning. Well, obviously, if you guys have a different opinion, then
yeah,
I could put him in D.
I could.
This is nothing against you, Platinum, and you have your moments, but stop saying you're AFK, please. It doesn't do you any favors. Right.
No, it doesn't.
R2, like I have a magnet attached to my back when he has the knife. It's oh my god, like I hate him already because he takes black from me all the time, but like he kills me so much, and it's like
a little bit quiet on this one because don't recall R2 too much.
He's been coming along a lot more lately. It might be in the time when like you're heading off.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking.
Like he's been around a fair bit lately, And well, he's mostly been around for like proximity, I think.
Yeah, I've not played a lot of proxy.
And I can't honestly say that much about. He doesn't talk much.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's. Again, it's the thing about like stories and that, but like him getting like someone susses him, regardless if he's crew or imposter. He's not good at defending himself.
No. He just
Like,
comes
someone
across as
susses him,
shy.
From the
When he
small
plays.
amount I've played, I agree with that.
But I have seen him win imposter games if he
Yeah.
doesn't get caught or sussed. Like
Yeah.
someone susses him and like or just asks him. I don't think he gets like a story together sort of thing.
No, like there are multiple different styles that people on the server take, whether it's just go in with the goal of killing everyone as quickly as you can, or like keep a note of where you go to try and keep a story together. He doesn't seem to have a single thing, like a single style in his head. He's sort of like, I want to try and do everything all at once, and it maybe like makes him flustered a bit. Same with Leo and Mia, that sort of thing.
My play is I'll bullshit everything. Complete bullshit everything. But I just don't see him with that ability to like come off the cuff quickly. And
But he is
make up a story.
he is good at like holding his stories though,
Takes it to the grave until his neck snaps.
Hmm.
which is good. Which is good.
So,
Yeah.
where do we put him on account of all that? Is he another D just for like relative lack of evidence?
Yeah, I can agree.
I do want to like split up the D tier, but just because like I feel like Burning's better than the other three we've got there, like Ellie, Lucifer, and Platinum. Like I'd
You can
like to
pop
make use
third
to make
up.
use out of all the tiers that we've got here.
Yeah.
I want to move Mia down one, then them three down to E. But it's up to you guys.
I'm happy
You
with
okay
that.
with
And
that?
nothing against me. It's the lack of staying in games.
That's
Again,
fair.
it doesn't mean that she's any worse than what we rated her before. It's just I want to make use out of the tiers so we can see like difference.
Yeah, so Illy, Lucifer, and Platinum down to E and R2 and D. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Although I potentially argue that we should keep Platinum in D.
I mean, like,
But-
if you believe it, then yeah, we'll go with that. But personally, I'd say Platinum's lower down because of his voting, because he doesn't listen to crew, because he sets himself like on who he wants to vote.
I'll put him at the
like,
top of
first round.
E.
It's a
But-
hunch that he goes off.
Yeah.
A hunch.
I swear, Lux is going to be killed by Platinum first every round.
Yeah, when this
Oh, no,
when
he
this
has-
video
he-
comes
he
out,
he kills me first round, then messages me after. It's like fuck you.
he's done that to me at times, to be
I do that
honest.
to a few people.
So
I done that to
skipping
Leo, but he replied like 25 minutes later.
so skipping over RJ for now, we've got Sarah,
Oh,
and she's been messaging me a lot about this. And I'm a bit nervous because she's waiting for me to absolutely rip into her. And honestly, she's not bad at all.
Yeah, you guys go first. I feel like there's lots of good things about Sarah and her place.
I think that little fence is going to snap in a minute sitting on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Sarah is a great imposter depending on who she's with.
Yes.
If she is with an S or an A or maybe a B, like in terms of the columns,
She
does
wins.
a lot better. Yeah. Lower down, where she's got to carry it, she can't.
Yeah. Like whenever.
She's left 1v7.
Yeah.
It crumbles. And
Yeah.
things,
Like, because it happens a lot. Like, especially because I play a lot of like global proximity games with her, and like Travis and Tinko and Platinum, they all come along as well a lot. And Sarah, whenever it gets down to like a 1v7 or a 1v6, she's just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm leaving. And it's like, because she has pulled off that sort of thing before, and sometimes she does try and go for it, like in a 1v6, 1v5 situation, sometimes she tries it. But like, it's lack of confidence in herself, I think, because she says quite a lot that she makes an effort to learn the game better and to learn off of some of the best players on the server, and it's clear because she used to be not the best. And now I'd say when she's on her game, she's one of the better people on the server. But like she just doesn't believe in her own abilities as much as maybe she should.
Yeah, like I definitely say Sarah's like she is really good imposter, and I mean she doesn't always like bring a lot to the table as crew, but she does when she does sort of.
Yeah, from what I find when she's crewmate, it takes like basically she has like one meeting like after sort of like a double kill or like where 3 people have died or something like that, where the wrong person gets voted out, and she'll call another meeting and then she'll get the right person out every single time. And it's like that's sort of like the signature of her crewmate games. Like an innocent person gets voted out and then an imposter gets voted out straight afterwards by her. So it's like she's good at sort of recovering herself when she's crewmate.
Like the game yesterday that me and Sarah had, I was just trying to like anti-meta myself by just killing in front of people, like I've done with RJ.
Like me.
Yeah, I was thinking, what is going on with Lux? Surely
I was like, you know what, I'll just kill her right here, and obviously I get voted out because I killed in front of RJ and didn't defend her or anything. But Sarah had 0 sus on her, like that whole game. Like if they didn't win on tasks, Sarah had it like easily.
Yeah.
It's because she was killing a bit slower, but because no one believed that it was Sarah that game, because she was bringing information as an imposter and giving like information that would throw them off as well. No one believed it was Sarah. Like everyone was determined to vote out either RJ or someone else that next round.
Yeah, I think it was me. I think I got voted.
Yeah.
So where do we put her then?
But Sarah played really well at that game.
Because I'm leaning B right now.
B, did you say?
Yeah.
B, C, B?
CBC?
Are you saying C as well, Lux?
No, B.
Because I'd have her on the same level as Pelks.
I'd say she's in line with Pelks, yeah.
I was just looking like who we've got there at the moment.
Like my imposter, like I've gotten imposter with Sarah quite a lot. Like more recently I've gotten imposter with her probably more than most other people. And I mean, when it's on mirror, it goes really fucking well. Then again, my win record on mirror is probably really high at this point. When it's anywhere else, something always happens that fucks it all up. Like some freak vote or something like that. And again, usually it's me that gets voted out first in that situation just because I go for some like reckless kill. But and then in that situation, it's just sort of like, do I keep doing this? I can't really be bothered if it's just me. So like for that reason, she can't be higher than that, at least right now. If she sort of pushed herself to go for it more, then she could maybe be a bit better. And I think like give it a bit of time, she'll be like up there because she's gotten better really quickly.
Sorry, got used to the game a lot more.
Yeah. So I'd put her in B.
Tinko.
I love Tinko so much. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man.
He is.
S.
That's that solved. Next person.
Yeah, no, put him in S tier right now. Everyone else goes in U.
Last thing about Sarah was, I knew I had something to say, but I completely forgot what it was.
Yeah.
It was just pretty much what you had said, Fade, that she doesn't believe in herself. Like, there has been games where I'd vote with her, even though like it was her, but because she's given in to someone else's like sussing them, she had lost the game.
Yeah.
Because like, it's more that like she's like she gets caught like killing in front of someone, but she could convince the rest of the lobby that it was them, but instead she's caved.
Yeah.
Which would totally change her to like an A plus.
Yeah,
Tinko.
It's things that can be recovered. Tinko,
Big Tinky Winky.
he's not I'll say it right now, he's not the best imposter.
No.
But it wasn't him.
No, it wasn't him.
It wasn't me.
It's his go-to. And I think when he says that, he knows that he's being caught out, and it's sort of just like, I'll say my catchphrase now. But
Yeah, he's.
I feel like in terms of what he does in the round, he's not that bad. In terms of a meeting, he falls apart a bit, and like, I feel like part of that's not entirely his fault. But like, I want to put him higher than I should put him, just because I like him as a person so much.
Forget everyone else who's lower than him.
I know.
I'd say he's lower just because of, like, he doesn't defend.
Yeah.
When he gets sussed, or like even when he's crew and it's like between him and someone else, he could easily just give his pathing or something, but he doesn't. Like, his pathing would probably save him. Like, just let someone else know what he'd been doing. He has been getting better at that sort of thing.
He has been getting better. And again, he can be another one where, like, we might have to do this again in like a year's time.
Will the game still be relevant then?
We'll keep it relevant.
On the list as well.
We'll do it.
It'll be about 18 different maps.
You know what? I hope that many come out by then, because I'm ready for more frequent map releases by now. Because am I the only one who's getting a little bit bored of Polars?
I'm getting bored of Polars.
No one wants to play Mirror, aside from like me and Sarah and Mia. That's about it.
At this point, I will play Mirror. Mirror.
I'll play Skeld again every day of the week.
Right. So what's the decision for Tinko then? Because I honestly don't know. He's the only one who I don't think I have a clue where I could put him.
Personally, I'd say he's better than Platinum and everyone below.
Oh, I couldn't put him in E tier.
Burning, I mean...
That's the question mark for me.
I'd say he's between Burning and R2, because I think Burning is better. I mean, I'm purely basing it off games that I played ages ago with him and now. Like Burning before, he is kind of smart with it, and he does get argumentative, and he's like being sussed as well. But like, I have seen him like fuck up the reactor call and whatnot. Yeah, obviously, a lot of people have done that.
Oh, he's saying like high D tier then?
Yeah, I'd say he's below Burning.
Okay. Like, you're our Burning expert here. Like, we have no idea.
Out of the minimal amount of games. See, if you had Mo in here, he'd be able to tell you more about Burning.
Yeah. We might have to do that for the next one. Travis.
Travis is good.
I want to put him in A tier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Imposter wise, Travis is good.
I know, because like he keeps saying every time he gets Imposter, it's I play it the same that I play Crewmate. I just go around and fake tasks. But that's not what he does, because he switches it up so much. He's like the most diverse player on the server, I'd say.
It's the grouping for me.
I mean, see the game that he uploaded. I wouldn't say that was one of his like better games, because Fade was tunnel visioned into thinking it was RJ. Like, you guys know what game I'm on about, the one he uploaded. But
Travis is just like, Travis doesn't have bad games, I don't think, which is why I want to put him high. He's never one to have like, I say he's never one to have like brilliant games. He does that sometimes. Like, sometimes he can like carry full games on his own, which he has done before. And like, I'd say if you want someone to be put in there, like if you're an imposter and you die, like you get voted out after getting a kill, and you want your imposter mate to carry the entire rest of the thing on their own, Travis is one of the people who can do that better than anyone, because he's very good at not getting sussed for things, because he just plays so casually and like says everything so normally.
The bit to do that is because where he bunches up a lot, he's creating that
alibi.
The alibi.
Yeah.
Like that, and all it takes is quick lights, turn off, vent out, kill, get back to him. And I think that's what does it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Travis is a really good imposter teammate to have.
I know. Lux and Travis is my least favorite imposter pair to go against. Because I know there's very little chance of us winning.
Because I remember a game that we like me and Travis had together. It was like RJ had died first for like a couple of rounds, so I was sticking with RJ the whole time, and just hoping that Travis gets all the kills. But instead of getting kills, he presses the button later on to like see what's going on. Instead, I was so confused when like no one was dead. But that at least got me off of RJ because he had survived the first round at least.
But like stuff like that gets sus off of him, so it works. Is the only thing I can say.
Like later on, is good at trusting like his imposter teammate to call the right like sabotage to get the win on like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Ish. Like it was a game after that, or it might have been the same one that me and Travis were, but like everyone had planned out where they were going. Like had people set on reactor, partially O2/electrical, but we just sat at comms and called that instead, and it totally fucking worked. Like he stuck with me to ensure the double kill happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's good at like partnering up like at the times which they need.
He's one of the best team workers as an imposter. Like he's like when I said earlier, Mo's one of the people that I trust to get a good double kill with. Travis is another one. Like he
I don't stick with people too much.
He syncs up well when he's imposter, and like maybe again this is me being blinded by the fact that he's one of my closest mates on the server, but I would put him in A like any day.
Fair. I'm gonna leave the decision to use.
Personally, I'd take Mo over Travs if I was picking between them, because Mo is better with like putting stories together and like pushing sus towards other people. Like he's more talkative sort of thing.
Yeah, but I feel like that sort of works for Travis. Like if he was to talk more, I don't think he'd carry it off as well, because his sort of strong suit is not saying anything that gets himself into like Mo is, I'd say, better at putting sus onto other people. Travis is, I'd say, better at getting out of sus himself, because he's caught me out like that a few times, and I'm normally alright at picking up that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm up for being swayed here, but
I'd definitely say better than Pelx and Sarah. There's a thin line between him being equal with Mo and below, I'd say.
But we could say he's like a low A tier and Mo's like a higher A tier.
Yeah.
That looks alright to me. Loose, Mo, Travis, and Clear is the top 4 right now. That seems alright to me.
One more before the big guns.
Yeah.
Before there's an all-out war here.
And it's another one that we can't say too much about, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like in the time that Yuki's been on the server, he's been the one that I've caught out in an unfortunate situation the most. Like I walk in on him venting, I walk in on him killing someone, and he's another one who, although he's gotten a bit better at it, he's not great at throwing sus off of himself. He's like the final one of the 4 pillars of getting flustered.
The flustered pillar.
Exactly.
Something that he does wrong that I've seen other people complain about as their imposter teammate as well, he follows them a lot. Like,
I've seen
I don't know
that,
if he's planning to go for double kills or whatnot, or if he just feels comforted by being with his teammate.
It might just be the case he's looking for an alibi, but that's really dangerous doing that. I used to do that a lot. It's really dangerous.
I was going for like my game with him before. I was just going for like trying to get an alibi and a kill at the same time. So like I would wait until people are downloading. Like I had a perfect kill with Luce, where she just gets on download. I vent up to weapons, get a kill, come back, but then Yuki walks in. So I'm like, the only person that was nearby was Yuki as well. So it's not like we could have pushed anyone else.
Yeah.
So like Yuki got the blame for each of my like good kills, but because he was nearby, he was the one that got sussed for it.
Killer, absolute killer. For me, he's a D. I don't think he's better than Leo and AD.
Him and R2 I could see on the same level for right now, but he's another one who I think could like improve with time. Because he doesn't seem bad necessarily. Like none of the people in D I'd say are bad, like at all. But they just sort of have some things to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he's in between Tinko and R2.
Yeah, right.
I'd say Tinko and Burning above UK like in between the other two.
Mm. So,
Oh, the big boys.
I guess I'm
Who do we start
first.
with? Yeah.
I don't want to say
RJ,
anything here. You guys go first.
Nah. You're
I'm
not
in the
allowed to
hot
say
seat
anything.
now.
I can comfortably say that Fade is in the U category.
So my turn, right?
I'll
Yeah.
go for it. Years.
Nah, on your guard. I meant like that's Fade because
Oh.
of tier, and now we're moving on to.
See, Lux is a little bit better than Fade, so I'm going with an F. And so for me personally, yeah, there's not a tier good enough. So just leave me down the bottom.
Yeah, alright.
Can't place this man.
Go.
Yeah, that's the video, guys. See you later. No.
Fade, no, on a real, what do you think for Fade, Lux?
Easy S tier. He won't believe this himself, but on a competitive standpoint, no metagaming with people he's never played before, he doesn't get sussed. He doesn't kill in front of people. He's great vent kills. And when he's crewmate, he gives the significant amount of information for someone else to get the imposter out as well.
This is a good bit, Lux, but we can like get back to the proper conversation now.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I was talking about Fade there. I thought you were talking about Lux.
Nah, but like when I first started playing with Fate, he would get away with everything like easily. But
God,
like,
it's hard to see his career now.
Like it's the fact that he goes for these light kills when people are in groups and he'll snipe someone off right in between someone, so they start fighting each other as well.
Yeah.
But because we play with Fade, obviously these ballsy kills and these like clueless kills, it does lead to Fade, and I hate metagaming that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
But in a competitive game where he's like against people that he's not played before, it works so well, like genuinely.
Yeah. Against, I feel like the same as me. Against people, like random, like global. Like if I'm imposter, I'm so good, but against Jews it gets a lot harder because we just know each
You
other.
know what to expect, yeah.
We've got to play between everyone. They played 100, 200 games, like against each other, like between the mix, and it's just like it's so hard.
Yeah. Again, the argue for S tier, Fade easily better imposter than Clear, better detective. It's hard to say.
No, maybe this is me having a well-known issue with taking credit for myself, but like I find that with my own crewmate games, it gets to the point where I have a lot of sus on who the imposters are, and my sort of trait is I get it down to 3 people, 2 of whom are the imposter, 1 is completely innocent, and then whenever a vote gets forced onto me, I don't know.
I get frustrated. I do when that happens.
Yeah.
Again, it comes back to things like you're kind of prone to tunnel vision occasionally.
Yes.
Like the game where like Trav's got away with it. Like I wanted to vote against you, but because I felt you were so crew, I was like, I have to vote with him, sort of thing. Which makes it hard for it. But personally, I'd say S tier because of your imposter plays.
I mean,
absolute vent camper, by the way, but obviously
I'm not a vent camper. I don't get a kill and
like,
stay in
this
there.
is
But
how I mostly catch you in games.
Yeah.
If I see you during the round, you're crew.
yeah.
I love that. That's brilliant.
If I can find Fade, then he's crew in my eyes.
That is the thing though. Fade's the last the person I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see him at all.
I like staying on my own. Like whether I'm crewmate or whether I'm an imposter, I always look to stay on my own. One, because I have a really bad record. I mean, Lux can stay the same. I've got a really bad record of dying first.
And it's because an early lights kill is the best kind of kill.
Yeah.
I'm surprised not that many people do it here.
I've had to
Whenever it
stop
does
myself
happen,
from doing it
it's
lately.
only Fade or Clear that gets like.
I know. I had to stop myself from going for it. It was
It's such a free kill.
I had that little phase where on Polus I'd go into lab, I'd call lights, I'd fake going into decontamination, I'd kill and I'd vent, and no one
Yeah,
caught that
yeah.
for a little while, and
I
then
tried to
eventually
do the
people
same-
got it.
I tried, yeah, I tried to do the same thing with you the other day. It might have been yesterday. Like it's just me and you in labs. I call lights open, like you open decontam to make it look like you're going in there, but then you just vent in the bathroom bit, straight to admin, try and get killed there, then come back.
Yeah.
But I never found anyone. So.
No, it happens a lot. It's
But
annoying.
it is that.
But I
it's a
love
great,
it so
I love
much.
decontam doors.
Lux.
I
So,
feel
yeah, S tier.
nervous about putting myself in S. That looks good. I was.
That's alright. You can pretend you're.
I had it in mind that I was like
Still
a
have your
sort of mid to low A tier, but
Not to flirt with you too much, Fade. But
You. I think for Lux it's S
yes,
straight away.
the like
There's not a massive amount of discussion.
no Lux is, I'd say, the best player on the server at this point. He's really fucking good at making a story for himself and making you question what, like, he knows there are a lot of admin campers on the server, and that's a tiny bit metagaming, as much as I'm sure you hate me saying that. But you're very good at making people second guess the things that they've seen on admin table. It works for me a lot, and I sort of have it in my head now that if I don't know who one of the imposters is, it's probably you, because just such a slippery little bastard, you. And I hate it because I'm always like, as soon as I get it in my head that it might be Lux, I'm paranoid for the rest of the game, because I know that I've got to work overtime just to get the right evidence for it, because you don't put a foot wrong.
Got to get that proof.
Yeah, unless he kills right in front of someone, it's always Leo. So even then it doesn't mean anything. But for like, I'm gonna go ahead and put you like right at the top of S tier. Just because you're the one person on the server at this point that I can never figure out, and it sucks how little we get imposter together. It happens sometimes, but
To be fair, I love getting imposter with Lux.
I love getting imposter with it.
yeah, my imposter game, like I've hardly had any. Yesterday I got like
Yeah,
a good
loads.
couple. Like that made up for it. But the past couple of days I've just been dead.
Yeah, you die first a lot. Like we've by now we've talked about like the 3 people who are synonymous with dying first on the server, which is me, you, and Luz.
But like personally, I don't think anyone like specifically targets.
No,
her,
I don't.
like at all.
She
I think it's just
insists that I target
because
her.
we don't group.
Like, she
After
insists
this
that I
week,
target her. I think it's a meme that you insist that she targets you. But, like,
I mean, after she kills you 3 games in a row first, then
yeah.
it's kind of it's kind of hard to say otherwise.
But,
And then the last one.
Like RJ.
Yeah, I'm so far up. I'm on my second screen. No, it's where I stay quiet and used to eat like.
I know.
Your second screen's above your. you've got
Yeah, have you
stacked
not seen
above
his
each other?
setup?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
It's weird.
I got one above.
That's nasty. I like Fade Star for RJ as well.
Annoyingly, I haven't played with RJ recently sort of as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
It's become another one of the sort of constants on the server that if I'm in a lobby and you join, we're getting imposter. That's happened
First game on.
at least 3 times in a row, like, lately.
Brilliant.
It's so funny. Like, I don't think I ever laugh harder in Among Us than when I get imposter with RJ when he first joins, because it's like, I know it's coming and I'm not ready for
I
it,
don't know how people don't clock.
and it almost always goes really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so pissed like the first time like RJ like joined the server and like you guys like instant like full on buddies. It's like, oh, watch us get imposter first again.
It happens.
You both win it straight
And
away.
we won.
I had zero sus between you. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
It's like, there are very few people that I can say on the server I will confidently enjoy every game that I play imposter with. Like, Lux is one of them, Travis is one of them, RJ is one of them, and that's more or less it. Like, nowadays, me and Sarah, we've played a lot of good games together, but aside from that,
You
like,
two get imposter quite a lot together lately.
these days, yeah, especially in random lobbies, it happens a lot. Those are the only times that I ever get imposter these days when I'm playing with randoms. I remember, I think RJ, you were maybe the first person out of anyone on the server. I mean, you two were the first people that I played with out of anyone on the server, and you two were maybe the main reasons that I like sort of stuck around and kept playing Among Us online and like started streaming and YouTube and stuff like that.
We got him going.
I know, the start of a
Let's get him to
beautiful future career. So here's the thing,
Yeah,
I do want to put you in S tier now because me and Lux are in there.
Yes.
You're definitely A tier at least.
Clearly, that £10 I paid him was.
Lux, I know what you have to say.
For me, again, me and RJ have been flawless. We haven't lost a game yet.
Yeah.
I specifically love the game that Fade was like. I can't remember if he was like pro like sus me or if he was pro sus you, but like we were an admin. You killed someone on top of me, but rather than like walking out or anything, because you didn't see cameras was on.
Oh,
at
that
the time,
one.
But like
I remember
yeah,
that.
but like I waited 8 seconds maybe and reported it, and like Fade didn't want to sus me whatsoever for the rest of it because like I'd said I was doing upload because he seen the splash on like cameras or something, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Like,
But like that like I don't know if either of us like intentionally meant it to go that way, but it worked so well, like to finish it off.
that was that was the most surprised at a result to the game I think I've ever been. Because I was like, I mean, it was obviously RJ because I saw him kill, but what the fuck? Like, you know it's going to be a spectacle when RJ's imposter.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
I do have some fun times.
Yeah.
When I eventually...
But Impostors obviously, like I haven't lost a game with him. He always plays it really well. He's good at like splitting the sus really well between me and the other people as well.
Yeah.
Crewmate wise, he's good at metagaming really well. He's good at breaking people down into what they're capable of. Whether it's like people who are slower killers or fast killers, he's typically quite right about that.
Yeah.
And even when he hasn't played with people before and he's not got anything meta on them, he does like figure it out fairly easily.
So
I'm a U.
you can't be lower than A. I'll say that.
In comparison to the other people in A, RJ keeps his cool a lot better than Luce after if she gets sussed or anything.
If he knows that he's out, then he'll start like throwing bombs. Like he wants to get someone else out with him. But and that's to his credit. But honestly, I'd say we're on a pretty like he and I are on a very similar level. So if you'd put me in S, then I feel like he should probably be in there as well.
I'm adding an extra £2.50 onto that table.
Better than Travs. You're similar to Travs in like playstyle and that, but you
Yeah.
bring more like information.
Yeah.
Would you
Very
take him
similar
over
to
Mo? Is the
Obviously,
question.
you guys were initially saying that Mo was lower down.
No, I had
From what
Mo
I've
in
seen,
A.
I'd say
but-
I'd say you're in line / above Mo-ish,
Okay.
but like it's close. Like
So do we?
because I don't know. Like you're both high tier players. But, like,
You said
I don't know.
who did you say you'd take out of Mo and Luz as your imposter partner, Lux?
I said Mo. I'd always say Mo.
So
Loose.
do we just sort of stick RJ in between
I'm-
the two?
Like I'm happy to go S. Like I'd say Mo is like at the peak of like the highest part of A. I'd say RJ is either in line or above Mo.
Now here's a test in humility for you, RJ. But
Let's hear it.
if you had to put yourself, like if you had to put yourself on a level with one person on the list, who would you say?
Mia.
Humble man,
Just
I
out
like
of
it.
respect, he's going to F. But
A or S?
Yeah, we're debating between top of A or like bottom of S here.
I'll let you decide because, to be fair, me and Lux decided for Fade. Fade and Lux decided for me.
Yeah.
Better than Mo, worse than Clear, but I'd say he might be a better imposter than Clear though.
Maybe, yeah.
I'd also say controlling a lobby.
We might need like an A plus tier.
I mean, we could make use of you and like shift everyone down one as well.
Maybe.
Obviously.
I don't know, cause I don't. Because like then it'd
like,
be loads of.
Name it something else, then like it doesn't make them worse of a player. It just means we have like a better.
I'd say it might be worth like. Because I don't like putting someone in U. Maybe get rid of U tier and add in like an A plus tier between A and S. I would put in A plus tier. My dog's starting to go mental. I've only got a select amount of time on the clock. So what will we do about this then? Because I feel like this means we'll need to split up Luce, Mo, and Travis.
Stick them.
Give me a sec.
Hello, Doggo. Leave him, Fade. He just wants his opinion. Yeah,
he was saying that we need a tier above S for us three.
Right. So what do we do about this tiering then? Because I feel like Luce, Mo, and Travs can't all stay together in this case.
I mean, there's a bit of a vague area, like splitting between crewmate and imposter, because I'd say RJ better imposter than Clear and Luce, but Luce and Clear better detective.
Yeah. So do we move Luce and Mo into A plus and then keep Travs in A?
I don't know who's gonna hate the most out of this.
I feel like she's gonna hate me the most out of it just because I'm the one who's publishing it.
No, I believe Mia'd understand just because she's so loud and.
Maybe. I
She
hope
needs
so.
to put stories together, you know. Like I think that's more criticism, like
Constructive
like,
criticism than anything else. Yeah.
Like I think that's helpful. Saying like.
Yeah, it's not like it's not taking a jab at anyone as a person.
Like something to back it rather than their name.
Yeah, it's not taking a jab at anyone just because of like who they are or anything like that. So I feel like it could be worse. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's gone well. We've got places for us in the Among Us lobby from the look of it, so should we go do that?
Let's do it.
See you in a bit, everyone. Thanks for watching.